What's up, people? I am back for another video. Today, we're continuing our rewrite of David Gordon Green's Halloween trilogy with Halloween Kills, or my version of Halloween Kills. And tomorrow, I will be doing Batman v Superman. Wednesday, we'll be doing Stepfather 2, the remake on Thursday, and then Friday, if Smile 2 isn't up by then, I'll do a movie called The Possessed, which I've never seen, so I might check that out. And then, or if it's up by then, I'll do Smile 2. Because I don't plan on seeing Venom 3, obviously. That's the big kind of, I think, movie coming out this week is Venom 2. But I have no interest. I didn't even see Venom 2, so honestly, I'm probably going to skip this one. So that's what I'll do Friday. But anyways, let's get into the rewrite. And kind of what I want to start off with is it's basically going to be the same idea. So I'm going with it's going to be the town uprising against Michael, but it's going to be done better. We're cutting out that evil dies tonight shit. It's going to be a mother-daughter story about Laurie, Jamie, and Allison. Kind of going to their relationship with Laurie, because to be honest, I really felt like the one thing I really felt like David Gordon Green's trilogy really didn't show you. They didn't really give you a great look at the Strode family. Not really. And granted, no disrespect to Judy Greer, but I don't think she was really ever a right pick. She doesn't fit these type of movies. I think she works better. Like in Jurassic World, the first one, she worked because she was just like a mom and she was only in a couple of scenes. But having her beat Laurie's daughter, where you got to have her, she needs to have a level of intensity that I just don't buy her being Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter. That's why in this one I'm going with Jamie. There will be a flashback sequence of the first one, but I don't think it should have opened. Like the more I've rewatched Halloween Kills, I've always felt like they should not have opened with the flashback scene. That should have been a later, like the scene where Hawkins was talking to Laurie. That's probably where the flashback sequence should have happened, and I would have trimmed it down. You don't need to see Lonnie being bullied. Like I would have cut that part of it out. I would have just cut to where they're in front of Michael's house and just started it from there. That's where I would have started I'm changing it a little bit too, to where Hawkins has an opportunity to kill Michael, who's still injured. Like this basically would be technically during the events of Halloween 2. This would be during the events of Halloween 2. He has an opportunity to kill him, but he doesn't, and unfortunately, then he hears about what happened at Haddonfield Hospital, and I'll even mention it in the line to Jamie. You know, maybe in a way, Hawkins, because I'll have a reveal that him and Laurie had a thing in the past, you know? So in a way, but like go more into the Strode family, you know? Have it be a mother-daughter story where what was Laurie's relationship with obviously Jamie, but also with Allison. Because I felt like Allison and Jamie, and Laurie relationship never really got explored. Not really. Because in 2018, she just sees her as a crazy grandma and kills, well, obviously Laurie's barely in it, and then it ends. Once again, she's kind of just sees her as an annoying adult who's just, because she's with Corey, so it's that kind of story. Parent doesn't like daughter boyfriend, so it's that kind of, it's like, I really never felt like they've explored it, so I want to explore that in this. Obviously, it's going to be the same night. The kills are going to be pretty much the same level of brutality where Michael's kind of going from house to house. And it'll be much more justified because this will be Michael, that's canon to 2 and 4, where he is much more violent with the kills. Because I love kills, but it doesn't fully work when it's supposed to just be Michael from the first one. When I'm like, he was supernatural in the first Halloween, but he was never that crazy with the kills. That's some Jason shit. And I'm not necessarily complaining because I still love the kills in Halloween Kills, but I can agree with that criticism to an extent. That's why having 2 and 4 be canon makes much more sense, because Michael in those films is full on supernatural, but he also does the same kind of kills in like Halloween 4. There's some crazy ones in there. And same with Halloween obviously two even. There are some crazy ones where he showcases he's crazy supernatural. So you kind of have the same sequence with the old couple, but this time obviously the lady dies. In my version, she's not gonna come back and ends. She's gonna be dead. Um, and um, and there's gonna be a sequence where Allison tries to have like, because you know her boyfriend. I didn't really mention him in 2018, but he exists, but he's a side character. But he's gonna actually it's gonna be a bigger deal that his father's Tommy Doyle, and uh, I'm actually gonna switch it. Yeah, I know it's Lonnie who's his dad, but I'm just gonna have it be Tommy's son. I just think it works better. The ages could still fit relatively this because Tommy and Lonnie are the same age anyway, so in my mind, I'm okay with it being Tommy's son. I think it works better for the story, and unfortunately, and that's why he'll be a bit more different. He'll be kind of like his father. He's obviously thinks initially the Michael stuff's crazy, but then when he starts seeing him, freaks out, and obviously get the town uprising. I want that to be done so much better because I do like the idea of the town rising up against Michael. Because I'm even thinking of a situation, uh, a fucking scenario where Michael goes from house to house, but there are some people fighting back. They're trying to shoot at him. They even get a couple shots at him. Even what crazy, I'll even have like not fun. I'm not gonna do it to be funny, but he has like little traps for Michael. Obviously realistic. I'm not gonna go overly crazy with the traps, but like where I like the idea of the town rising up against Michael, but I felt like a little bit in Kills like bungled it because they went too far in the like whole evil dies tonight shit. So I feel like I'm gonna dial that back and just have it be simply Michael just wants um the town wants Michael gone. And I do want to have a big portion of the film be at Haddonfield Hospital. So kind of an homage, but I want it to be an homage, not a flat out like, okay, I'm just gonna copy Halloween 2. So no, it's gonna be in and out. It's gonna be there'll be portions of the film where kind of like similarly where Allison wants to join the town rioting with against Michael, but Jamie doesn't want her to, but obviously Jamie's going to, but she doesn't want her daughter to because she wants her to be protected. So she there's gonna be a scene where they argue, and she's gonna sneak up, but she's gonna have Hawkins watch her. But because Hawkins doesn't want this town to rally up because he doesn't want. Part of it is he doesn't want the town because he knows. The truth of the matter is he knows that a lot of the town's gonna get themselves killed. He just knows it. And the idea for me, Hawkins in this movie, if you remember Meeker from oh my fucking god. Anyway, sorry about that. If you remember Meeker from Halloween 4, I want him to be kind of like that sheriff. And you do have a cameo from Sheriff Brackett, but he'll be a cameo because I didn't really feel like he needed to be in Kills, at least not as long as he was. I would have just had him there just to be a cameo, and then maybe have this could just be a random character who's like his son or something. His whatever. It's a retcon that that Annie had a brother, whatever, or no, his wife. Have it be his wife who's still around, kind of goad him to leaving Haddonfield. So she's not in danger because she's fearing Michael. And that could be the way you get Brackett out of the movie. So it could just be a quick little cameo. And that's kind of what I'm going to go for. It'd be a cameo. And have him have a scene with Hawkins. Because, Hawkins, have it be that Hawkins was the deputy at the time. Or one of the cops under, Brackett back during the events of Halloween 1 and 2. So I think you could still have him there. But I don't think he really needed to be in the movie. Just so you can have him there. Just so he can die. Oh, no evil dies tonight rally shit. Where they riot in the hospital. We're not doing that. That whole sequence was dumb. I think there was no reason for it. They were trying to, oh, the town became the monster. You could have did that in a different way, but I don't think I'm even going to go for that. That wasn't needed. Because the idea of the town standing up against Michael is great, but they should have just went with that. Not this weird force like, oh, anti-riot thing where it became about like, and I'm not worried that they did that because some people I've heard say that they did that just partially because the whole January 6th thing, because the timing seems right. Because remember, this movie originally Halloween Kills was going to be 2020 before obviously that happened, but because of the scamdemic and all that, the lockdowns, they delayed it a year and they pushed it to 21, and they would have had time to add this in because this wasn't needed. And now the way it's shot, it does feel like a reshoot. It didn't need to be there. How would the town have mistaken Michael is big as fuck in these movies because James Jude Courtney is a big dude. So how the fuck can you, that dude's a big motherfucker. You're really gonna have me believe the town would confuse this smaller guy for being Michael? Because they even mentioned that there are a bunch of other that escape still happened, but I'll even have it to where Michael kills the patient. That's probably what happens. But and Michael kind of like Halloween 2 starts killing off some of the people, kills cops. When he gets close to the Haddonfield Hospital, we get a chase scene between Michael, Allison, and Jamie towards the end. Um, I'm not gonna have it be a ripoff because I think the fire's been done too much. The town kind of like, if you remember Halloween 4 where they all shoot at him, kind of like that. Something similar in that vein happens, and they think they killed him, and they buried him and all that, and they think they killed him, and then there's gonna be a shot of him getting out of the grave, and then Jamie getting ready. The end shot is gonna be Jamie getting ready for bed, thinking everything's over, and then Michael, all covered in dirt, attacks her, and that's how it ends. I'll say spoiler: she doesn't die in the sequence. Obviously, she's gonna get away because that's gonna set up Halloween Ends. So obviously, the kills are gonna be. I'm keeping the same level of kills. Am I gonna have him kill kids? I was thinking about that. There's gonna be one scene, but I'm okay with it. You just don't have to show it, But he. I mean, even in 2018, he kills it's not a kid, but he's like 13. He clearly was like 13 or something like that. He was a young teenager. It wasn't like an older teenager. So Michael had killed him, and he did kill the kid in Kills. So the score, I want to keep the same score. And yeah, Tommy goes out in a blaze of glory. In that moment, like, Michael thinks he has, like, Jamie down for the count. There's even a scene where I'm going to have, like, obviously, Mike, Jamie save Allison, and Allison save Jamie. Because, in my view, I just feel like the mother-daughter thing, if you're going to have Laurie have family, have that aspect be explored. And it's funny, because as much as I fucking hate this movie, Halloween H2O, I felt like did that aspect even a little better. With her son, I felt like if you're going to have Laurie have a family, explore the family aspect. I felt like the more I think about it, and this could be retroactive, but it does feel like they did that just for an aesthetic, but they didn't actually do anything with it. Did they really ever explore Jamie? I keep saying Jamie because she's my plot, but Karen and Laurie's relationship in those movies? No. Even in the second one, not really. In the second one, she's just kind of nagging her mom. And obviously, she doesn't make it an ends. And then Allison, I've already talked about. So I want that to be explored in this one, and definitely an ends. And I understand, like, David Gordon Green, I'm going to go the next, I'm kind of done here. In Ends, he was saying, oh, Michael doesn't, this quote does piss me off, because he was trying to say Michael doesn't, it's hard writing Halloween, because Michael doesn't have a character. I'm like, you're fucking retarded, David Gordon Green. But anyway, I don't mind the idea, though. I understand Michael, he is a silent killer, so I get hard, but fine. If you want to write around him, I'm okay with that. But you having him write Corey shouldn't have been in there. What it should have been, that was almost like his justification because he felt like the villain needed to have a kid. No, focus around the secondary characters, like your Loris, your Karens, and so my version of ends, obviously, that's going to be a big one. We're going to focus on the main characters, but Michael's still going to be a part of it. And obviously, it's going to still be the same night because I think fundamentally that original intent works better for what they were trying to do with this trilogy. Having it do the time jump just doesn't make sense because then you're going to have to try to explain where Michael's just been. You know, I mean, I understood that. I mean, I did the time jump in mind for why they did it. You know, it's set later after Halloween 4, but then to just do it again, no, it's going to be set the same night. Two, we all wanted to see, like, what Lori's reaction could have been about her daughter dying. You just did a time jump. Like, imagine if we got to see Lori and Alice's reaction Halloween Ends to finding about them, you know, Allison about her mom and Lori about her daughter. So in mine, obviously, it's gonna be a different ending, but I still the idea we pick up right after. We don't do a time jump and make you just be, oh, like, because in my version it's still Jamie. So no, Jamie survived the attack. I mean, we just did a time jump, and no, it's gonna be the same night. So, and yeah, but that's kind of what I wanted to do. The reason Kills wasn't a big elaborate rewrite, obviously, the only real elaborate rewrite aspect is that Lori's not in it. And there's certain things, little things that are changed. But I still like the idea of Michael going town to town, killing people, you know, or, you know, house to house. I like that idea. And having his house be there, but not go too into, but I didn't want to just have it be thrown in there as like member berry either. Because it's not gonna obviously be a member berry because it's gonna be I'm adding it in Halloween Ends. It's just there. And I wanted to have like the outside and the inside, you know, outside meaning, you know, outside in the town during Haddonfield, but also inside in the hospital. So it kind of goes back and forth, you know. And yeah, that's kind of what I want to go with my version of Halloween Kills. And I can't wait to do Ends. Ends is going to be the biggest, obviously, of the three. And I kind of knew going in, just like Dominion would be when I did the Jurassic World one. This is going to be the biggest rewrite. This is basically a new fucking movie. It's obviously going to be a straight up new movie. So I can't wait to do that one and show that, talk about that next week. And that's perfect because next week's good. I think next week's Halloween week. So yeah, it's going to be perfect. So anyways, tomorrow, Batman v Superman. And I know a lot of people fucking hate that movie. I like it. There are some things I'll admit that I'll fully don't age well, but I do like it. It has my favorite version of a live-action Batman. Ben Affleck is the closest we have gotten to a comic book like Batman, and it just sucks that he only got that film. I mean, and I guess technically Zack Snyder's Justice League, but aside from those two, I would have loved a solo Batfleck film, just because something tells me that would have been the best Batman film ever made if it actually happened. But it is what it is. I'll be talking about that more tomorrow. So, other than that, we should be doing a stream on Pin Down Podcast this Saturday. We should be back this Saturday. Should be back to doing also Dynamite this week and SmackDown this week. And then also Saturday we should be back. And Saturday we're going to have a lot to talk about because especially towards the end of the week last week, there was a lot of wrestling news. So yeah, we should have a big show this week. So anyways, guys, subscribe to Pin Down Podcast, link in the description. And that was my version of Halloween Kills. Can't wait to talk about Halloween Ends. But other than that, guys, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.